tuning in to another episode of the TJJ Show. And as long as you're in my presence, you will be guided and protected at all times. Now, today's topic, I'm going to give you guys 8 key strengths of introverts. And if you really want to know if you're an introvert or not, you got to stick around till the end to get all 8 of these signs. And you want to hear these anyway, just for your everyday life, to know maybe if you have an introvert in your life, or you're being approached by an introvert, or if you are an introvert, or if you just want to know what an introvert is altogether. And introverts are not a bad thing. These are very intelligent types of people. And I'm going to give you guys 8 strengths of introverts. These people are very, very rare types of people. There's more people in this world today that are not introvert. But introverts are a rare type of breed. And they're actually good to have in your life. And if you are an introvert, it is good that you are one. So, I'm going to start off by giving you guys the first strength of an introvert, and that is deep thinking. So, if you're the type of person that you spend a lot of your time deep thinking, thinking about different ideas, certain situations, and stuff like this. If you're that type of person, you have a strong case of being an introvert. If you spend a lot of your days deep thinking about ideas, certain situations, scenarios, thinking about big ideas, how things could work out, just thinking hard, thinking deep, and this is a good thing to have, because this is a sign of intelligence. So if you're a deep thinker and you spend a lot of your time deep thinking, you're making a strong case that you could be an introvert. And I'm going to get on to the second strength of an introvert, and that is productivity and solitude. So when you're all by yourself and there's nobody else around, you are at your most productive. You get the most done. You are the most energized when you are alone and not around other people. And other people, you feel they take your energy from you almost. So you feel you're most energized when you are alone, and you're at your highest productivity in solitude. In other words, you kick ass when you're alone. That is another, if this is you in a nutshell, we're making another case right now that you could be an introvert. And I'm going to stop right quick from these strengths, and I'm going to tell you guys, I didn't even know what an introvert was not that long ago. I knew the word, but I didn't know the signs and the strengths of introverts. And when I looked into it and when I learned about it, I realized I was an introvert. I am an introvert. And it's a good thing to have. It's not a bad thing to have, it's a good thing. You're a rare person. You're cut from a different cloth. And so on. I'm going to get on to the third strength of an introvert. And you're creative in expressing yourself. You're a very creative person. You can come up with such good stuff. You're an artist in some type of form. Whether it could be a sport, it could be drawing, actual art, music. You make your own stuff. You can make your own videos. You can make anything, right? You're a creative person and you come up with very good stuff. You can come up with your own motivational messages to help other people and inspire other people. You could come up with absolutely anything, but you are creative and you come up with good stuff on your own. So you're very creative in expressing yourself freely. And this is another strong case that you could be an introvert. And I'm going to get on to the fourth strength of an introvert, and that is observation. You're a very good observer. You're good at knowing what's going on around you type thing. You're good at seeing certain situations. You can sense danger coming a mile away before it even happens. You can sense people's energy off them. If someone's real upset at you but they're trying to hide it, you can feel that anyways. Say if a hater approaches you in public and they're trying to hide it, they're not trying to show any sign that they're a hater. They're just talking to you friendly, but the words that are coming out of their mouth are in a disguise. And you can sense this coming a mile away. You're a good observer. You can already see it. It's almost like nobody can lie to you, because you just know the truth. You can see it coming. You see it already. And you know that words don't mean nothing. It doesn't. Everything's energy. Everything's about energy. People say words they don't mean all the time. Remember that. And I'm going to give you guys this quick quote. He who speaks does not know. He who speaks does not know. And he who knows does not speak. Introverts can be very quiet people, but they know the truth. And people that just want to come quick, up out of nowhere, and just start flaving their mouths, these are the people that don't know, because they're too busy talking. They can't listen. They're too busy talking all the time. They can't listen. I'm going to give you guys the fifth strength of an introvert. And this sort of relates to the last one, but us introverts have a very good eye for detail. We see the small things. We see small things in people, and this is a good thing. Because say if you got a girl, you got a guy, and they want you to notice the small things within them. You can notice these small things and you point them out, and they're happy that you point them out. You have an eye for detail. And you see small details in other things as well. You're just great at paying attention to the small stuff. You see small details all the time. And I'm going to get on to the sixth strength of an introvert. Introverts have very deep relationships. Very deep relationships. And it makes two introverts good to go together, because they both understand each other, because not everybody is deep like this. Not everybody likes to talk about deep life stuff. Not everybody's about that life. People like to sugarcoat things, but the truth is, this is such a good thing, because you want to hear about somebody's mess. You want to hear about the good and the bad. You want to be able to help your partner. You don't want... Honestly, people that can't get deep into relationships like this and deep into talk, in my eyes, they're not very trustworthy, because they could be hiding some stuff that can mess up the entire situation, because they're not talking about it and they're holding it in. They're not talking about their problems. You want to be open to your partner about what's going on up in your mind. And they're great listeners. Introverts are great listeners. They're great at listening to their partners when they need to tell them something. They're just great at listening. The seventh strength of an introvert: autonomy and independence. Introverts are not independent. They're not dependent on anybody. They don't need anything from anybody. They don't need to be in a crowd, or they don't need to be with somebody on a Saturday night or whatever. They can spend Saturday nights alone. They can spend entire weeks alone. They're not needy types of people, because they're entertained by themselves. They have themselves. and it shows true strength. Introverts are very, very strengthened type of people, and they're very intelligent types of people. As you guys know from this, the strengths that I've given you so far, you already know that they're intelligent types of people. And deep thinking is a very good sign of intelligence, because people that just take action too quickly, when they're not thinking things through quick enough, they're just going to keep failing and failing and failing and failing. They don't know what they're doing because they can't take a step back and really, really get into deep thinking and think things through before they take action. Now, you can't go into deep thinking for too long. You still have to take action, because action is the key to what's going to get you anything in this life. But you want to think deeply before taking action, because when you come up with the best ideas, when you act on those best ideas, you're going to get the best results. If you don't think of the best ideas and the action you take on not so good ideas, you're going to get not so good results, right? Makes sense. And I'm going to get on to the very final 8th strength of an introvert. And ooh-wee, this is a big one. Leadership. This is a very good one. Leadership. And when I seen this one, and even all the other ones, I knew right away I was an introvert. Introverts are leaders through the thick and the thin. They are at the front of the pack of the wolves. They are first. They are first. They lead their lives. They lead other people's lives. They're the most motivational types of people on the face of the planet. And I consider myself a world-class leader, whether anybody wants to give me that credit or not. I know for a fact that I am. I say this about myself because I know I am. I'm right up there with the top of the top. There's nothing I'm not willing to do to put in that work. All I do is work 24/7. I love it. As long as you're busy, busy equals happiness. Productivity equals happiness. As long as you got something to work on, you don't have time to think about all the negative thoughts that creep into everybody's minds. Because it doesn't matter who you are, negative thoughts are going to creep into your mind. But the more productivity you have in your life, the happier you will be. The more goals you set, the happier you will be. I hope you guys like this video. If you still don't fully understand what an introvert is, just go on Google, type in the definition of an introvert, and you'll see more for yourself there. I'm going to cut this video short. Until next time, guys, I'm out.